Hello, and welcome back to our series of Meet the Speaker, where we'll be interviewing members of our speaker lineup for Care Show London 2026. It's a chance to get to know the experts behind all the real insights, experience, and guidance that they'll be presenting at the upcoming show in April. I'm Molly, and today I'm joined by Hannah Montgomery, one of our amazing speakers at this year's event. We're going to be talking about sustainability and social care, why it matters right now, and what attendees can expect to take away from your panel session. So first things first, please go ahead and introduce yourself to our attendees.
Thank you, Molly, and thanks for having us on. I am Hannah Montgomery. I'm one of the co-founders of Grace Cares, but specifically my remit is ESG and the sustainability lead. So that's where my function is with it. So Grace Cares, just as a quick overview for those that haven't heard, but I bet lots of you must have heard of us. We're a not-for-profit on a mission to make care sustainable. So we do that by reconditioning pre-loved care equipment that we get donated by care providers, the NHS and the public, and we sell it at half its original price. And with that profit, we then deliver social value. So we support older people, we support unpaid caregivers with hardship grants and social activities. We also deliver ESG training to care providers and put on a free quarterly webinar called Caring for Tomorrow to help care providers understand what their obligations are in terms of environmental sustainability and the CQC reporting and stuff like that.
Fantastic, thank you. Could you tell us a bit about your background and how you got started in the care sector with Grace Cares?
Yeah, well, Grace Cares kind of came as a brainchild. So I've been peripherally in social care for about 20 years now. From when I was a youngster, I started, and I've worked for a lot of the care technology companies. So that's kind of almost the first start into sustainability in care, moving away from paper. So that was what I started doing. But health and social care is kind of ingrained in me. My dad was a paramedic and my mum's a probation officer. So I think that kind of social, we need to help people was always kind of in me. And I was working peripherally in social care, and I was also delivering social care through another charity. I was helping support older people once a month. They were coming to my house for a tea party, and I saw how much care equipment that they needed. I saw that from a friend that has a clearance company that no charities are able to actually sell it because they're not insured, and that it was breaking down and getting put into landfill. And I was like, this is complete madness, the amount of money that's being wasted, the amount of people that need this support. And that's kind of where Grace Cares, from financial pressures you could see from the care side of things, but also the environmental impact and the people aspect. So that's where this circular economy, why can't we just keep using it and refurbing it? That's where Grace Cares kind of came from in the background.
Fantastic, thank you. And to jump straight into it, what's the focus of your presentation at this year's conference, and why is this topic so important?
Well, no one wants to speak to me continually talking. So we've got a really awesome panel. So over the research that we're continually doing in ESG, we've got there's different elements to care, isn't there? So I could be talking about something that's purely care home, or it could be this. Well, no, that's not cool at all. So the title is Sustainability That Saves Money, because that's what everybody ultimately boils down to. Real care providers share what actually works. So instead of the theory and me talking about how you calculate your carbon footprint and what scope 1, 2, 3 emissions is, I don't even understand what it. Let's take it back and let's get some practical things that someone could get from this session and use straight away. So we've got a care home segment from Joanne Wilson, MBE, and she won't even tell you she's MBE. She's just kick ass. And she goes, oh, it was on a title. I was like, you're an MBE. She's not. She got that because she's good egg. She's a registered manager of a Royal British Legion care home, and she's an outstanding care provider, and it's like over 100-bed care home. And she's just, the stuff that she's doing across that home in terms of sustainability and ESG is awesome and inspiring. So her little segment's going to be awesome. I've worked with her before. She's great. We've got Keith Dias. He's the managing director of Apex Healthcare. So he's a domiciliary care provider in Reading, but his background as well is technology, and he really cares about processes and making tech help care delivery. So sustainable edge, but also the tech side, which is really interesting, especially with my background with social care tech. So I'm like, oh, that's clever. And he's a good egg as well. They're all good eggs. And then we've got Caroline from Voyage Care. So that's supported living. They're a huge supported living provider, and they're actually head office is based in Lichfield, which is where Grace Cares is based. So there's the nice tie in there. And then I often talk about sustainability, and it's how do we get the money to even do this? Well, I always talk about up-to-date funding streams, and I thought it'd be really interesting to get somebody that's gone through that funding process and actually received it, so people can ask, how do you fill this in? Do they give you the money? So Paula Cashmore, she's supporting Solihull Care, which is a care home in Solihull, which is, as you can hear from my twang, near Birmingham, near me. So she's got some funding and successfully implementing it. And I'm going before the care show across to see the care home with all the new retrofit stuff that they've put in. So we'll be able to understand firsthand what's happened, why and how. So I think it'll be a really, really good, it kind of, no longer can care providers use and dispose. It's going to have to be a circular economy model going forward. So I think everyone that comes, no matter what segment of care that they're in, will go away with some kind of yummy idea. Even if they're doing loads now, even if they don't even know what ESG is, there should be something for everybody in this session. And there is a free giveaway as well to keep people enticed. Fantastic. So I won't give too much away, but you should come because points mean prizes and you'll get something potentially.
That's what we like to hear. That's what we like. Well, I was going to ask, what's one thing you hope attendees can take away from your session? But by the sounds of it, there's quite a few golden nuggets in there that people can expect. So that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Have there been any recent developments or research in care sustainability that you find particularly interesting or exciting?
There's a change in terms of NHS procurement. So that's something that's changing. So if you have any contract with the NHS, and I know some care providers are the from home to hospital lead, and sometimes that's procured by the local authority. But if you work with the NHS, by April 2027, you have to do basic levels of carbon reporting to them. So that could be a really small contract, any size contract. So if that's happening with the NHS, what will be happening with social care? What will be happening with anybody that you're tendering? I know local authorities at the moment going devolved. Who knows what the landscape's going to look like? So maybe not as quickly as the NHS, but we signed up to the United Nations to say that we were going to be net zero as a major economy by 2050. So it will be coming. So it will be really interesting to see on the roadmap of who that affects in social care, of having to do mandatory reporting. So that's something that's already coming. So that's something that's kind of changing. But it's becoming commercial now. It's becoming commercial. It's not just a narrative. People are measuring and it's being weighed upon, and people are then finding the savings. We've just Coatwater Care, they're building their 10th home, which is like an eco home, and they've just bought 20 refurbed hybrid flow mattresses from us. And actually we're doing the analysis, we've done the carbon footprint analysis, we're seeing how long that will help them, and it's now looking at the commercial elements as well as the carbon footprint, how many people that's then helped with the money that we've got. So it's growing, people are taking it seriously, and now it's getting that data so we can prove that a difference is being made.
Massively. It's definitely something I'm hearing across my research as well. So it's good to hear. It's good to hear. Okay, so perhaps what's one misconception about sustainability that you often come across and you're not, how do you address them?
Yeah, there's a couple. It's expensive. I've got to get that whatchamacallit. I've got to do this. It doesn't have to be. It can be compound effect. The other thing that's kind of, we've got to have done everything yesterday. No, you don't. Oh, it's environmental sustainability. It's not about hugging trees. It's not about planting trees. It's not about greenwashing. But a lot of it is just given to one staff member, and that's a misconception as well. That who in the staff likes environmental sustainability, who's interested in it, let's just give it to them. Or, oh, marketing, should that be an add-on job to marketing? Whereas actually a misconception is it's throughout everything. If you look at all the regulations through the CQC, like it ties into at least 5 other regulations anyway. So just bar the environmental sustainability well-led regulation that it is formally coming in as, if you look at some of the other regulations, ESG is kind of involved with that. So a misconception is it should be one person focusing on it. It's a whole team effort, and it doesn't have to be expensive. It's a big culture change, actually. That's I don't think people understand really. A misconception is how big it is and how important it is and how much of a positive effect that it can have inside the care delivery, but also to the outside community.
No, exactly. And I think a lot of those misconceptions then present the barriers that stop people making those steps. So if we can break those down, which is hopefully what you guys will be doing, then we've got a plan.
Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic. So
Exactly.
obviously you know your stuff and you've been in this sector for a while. How do you continue to learn and evolve in what it is that you do? Are there any particular books or mentors or inspirations that you could share with our audience?
Yeah, I start the mornings trying to put good positive things into my brain. I think we chatted
Love
prior to
that.
coming onto this call saying, oh gosh, there's so much crazy stuff happening in this world. So how can we populate that? So I start with podcasts and audio books, but that have a slant on what's going to teach me in terms of environmental sustainability, or might make me think things a little bit differently. A book that has really influenced me, Can Marketing Save the Planet? It's by Michelle Carville, and it just reframes sustainability as a behavior change and influence. It's not just a policy you write once. It's kind of reiterating that it is that culture change. And it says through each chapter, imagine having a meeting. Every time you're having a meeting, you're going, what's the cost of this going to be? How are our staff going to feel? How's the planet going to feel about this decision that we're making? So therefore, one, for the CQC, you can evidence that you're always including environmental sustainability within everything, but it's just that change within everything. So that book was really, really good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think, yeah, and running the Caring for Tomorrow webinars, because we do it each quarter, I have to keep up to date with what's happening with the CQC.
Of
I
course.
have to keep up to date with what care providers are doing that's out there and get the most relevant speakers that are going to become part of it. So it's always evolving, really, just making sure you put time in your diary to do it.
Exactly that. Fantastic. Okay, well, as I'm sure people can tell, you're incredibly passionate about this area.
Yeah.
I love the energy that you bring. What do you enjoy most working about? What do you enjoy most about working in sustainability within care?
It's evolving, and nobody knows all the answers. So if you have someone knocking on the door going, I'm this consultant and I can help your teams do this, it's evolving all the time. So they could be just giving you emperor's new clothes, so have that kind of risk about it. But it doesn't just factor one thing. It's financial resilience, which is great for those that are trying to build up a care portfolio and sell it, improve EBITDA and all that. It helps with that financial resilience. It's environmentally responsible, but it's also got a huge social impact. And think about, we're in social care and we're helping people feel better or service people. If our planet is getting poisoned, we're eating the poisoned things and we're breathing in bad air quality, that's going to give us more severe health issues, which is going to put even more pressure on social care. So it's the full circular economy of everything. Everything will affect us and how people feel when they come into work, your staff as well as your residents. So I enjoy it because it's just always evolving, and it will make such a big impact when you deliver all three in terms of social impact, environmental impact and financial impact. It's kind of it's exciting. You can improve lives and systems at the same time, and it's really powerful.
Yeah, I can imagine it's rewarding to sort of see the change that you started, which is, very wholesome. Okay, so a slightly more light-hearted one. I know obviously we've touched on some big things, and the world of care is it's a bit of a whirlwind right now. So you personally, outside of work, how do you unwind? How do you recharge?
Well, one of my things kind of is tied to work. So
Oh, okay.
I'm sure you've heard of it, but I will explain the acronym WAGS, Women
Mhm,
Achieving Greatness in Social Care.
mhm.
We meet up, we share ideas and stuff like that, and that actually recharges me when I'm away from
Oh,
work. It's
brilliant.
slightly worky stuff, but it's not really, and you're with like-minded people, and that's what I really love about social care. So that's, people should
Mhm,
get involved with that if they're not,
mhm.
because I find a lot of benefit from that. And I've recently started getting into golf, believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
So my dad's
Green
had a
spaces.
recent
Amazing.
hip. He's had a new hip.
Oh, okay.
So he's
Mhm.
actually good at golf. But I'm hoping with this time off, I've already been, because he's
Can
had his
catch
bad
up.
hip for a bit. I can catch up and just surprise him, and then. But it's also quite good after I've had quite a big day at Grace Cares. We've got a really good driving range right near the unit because we're kind of on a
Mhm,
farm. So I just go there, zone out, hit some balls. I'm not looking at the time. Your head's got to be completely in it. Your head can't be elsewhere. And there's something really grounding about that. It kind of
mhm,
brings me back. And as you say, it's outside. I'm kind of in a
mhm.
field while we're doing it. It's just, it's nice. But and it definitely is teaching me perseverance and patience, which can transfer into any part of your life. Have you ever
It's
done
always a good
golf?
skill to have.
Have
I've
you
never
ever?
played golf, no.
Uh,
No. Maybe I'll put it on the bucket list.
yeah, do it. We'll go down the driving range.
Fantastic. Post-care show activity.
Yeah,
Love
yes.
that.
Let's bring it in.
Amazing. Well, that was all of my questions today, Hannah. Thank you for answering them so honestly and passionately. We really appreciate it. And like Hannah mentioned, the panel session that she'll be running is called Sustainability That Saves Money, Real Care Providers Sharing What Actually Works. And that will be on day one of the show, so Wednesday, the 29th of April in the People and Business Theatre starting at 10:15. So if you are coming to Care Show, which you all should be, make sure that you head to the People and Business Theatre at 10:15. Anyway, thank you so much, Hannah. Thank you for joining us today, and I hope
No
you're looking forward to
worries.
Care Show as much as we are.
I'm really excited. Can't wait to see you there. Get there, everyone. Get your tickets. Come. Cool.
Thank
Cheers,
you so
Molly.
much,
Thanks for your
Hannah.
time.
Bye.
Bye.